Costa Rica is a small Central American country situated between Nicaragua to the north and Panama to the south. About the size of the state of Virginia, Costa Rica shares its shoreline with both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Since our first trip to Costa Rica back in 1999, Fran and I have always fantasized about the idea of one day moving there. Well, what began as a fantasy became reality when within a short span of just 6 weeks, both of us lost our jobs. So we figured, what the hell, maybe it's time to cash in on our ever-declining 401ks and start looking seriously at making Costa Rica our new home. At first, the country's geographical diversity overwhelmed us. Frankly, we were torn. Do we move to the beach? What about the rainforest? Maybe city life is what we wanted. But in the end, regardless of where we lived, the potential of living better and for a lot less money was huge. We began our search by identifying our personal requirements. For us, being close to good quality medical care was paramount. Second on our list was the need to stay connected to family and friends back home. Therefore, high-speed access to the internet was absolutely mandatory. While we liked the beach, we didn't want to contend with the continuously hot weather. Big cities suffered from excessive crime and pollution, and Fran's mortal fear of bugs ruled out the Tarzan and Jane lifestyle of the rainforest. So given these factors, we focused our search on Costa Rica's Central Valley, specifically the towns of San Ramon, Grecia, and Atenas. Just 2 days after me getting the boot from Wachovia, Fran and I began our due diligence tour. To maximize our time in country, we hired a consultant to take us around and introduce us to our potentially new surroundings. Tim Lytle, an expat himself, lives and operates businesses in Costa Rica and has been doing so for the last 8 years. He produces the RealCostaRica.com, an extremely informative website dedicated to answering all your questions regarding relocation to Costa Rica. Tim's 3-day itinerary took us throughout the Central Valley. His keen insight into Costa Rican life was especially beneficial. While other tour operators painted a rosy picture of living in this Central American paradise, Tim's forthrightness made us aware, painfully at times, of some of the hardships and concerns we'll be facing in the months or years ahead. His honesty is what we needed to hear, which explained why over 40% of all North Americans who move to Costa Rica pull up stakes only to return home within the first year. They failed to do their homework. We're not going to make that same mistake.